Hey everyone. It's 4:07 in the morning and there's a good reason for that. I made cookies for a company potluck tomorrow. I always do this every year and I didn't want this year to be any different. It takes me forever to make the batter, and it takes me especially long to ensure that each cookie is the exact same size 38 grams. And measuring them and rolling them out took like a whole a whole hour actually. And when I put them away and put them in the fridge, then I remembered, oh, it's trash day. I need to take out the trash. So I had to do that too. Then I was hanging out with Avery, trying to keep him company. I don't want to, take any time that I have with him for granted because, I'm just hoping that he has strength and peace through this experience. And, yeah, it gave him a little turmeric, like an itty bitty bit. I looked up online that 1/8 of a teaspoon is the recommended amount for a cat to help with their uh, digestive system and their circulatory system. So I gave him a little bit. I tapped it on his lip and he licked it. So I'm hoping that helps. All right, well, enough introductions. Let's get on with the diet update. Today I weighed 151.5. Once again, down a pound from yesterday. I keep on yo-yoing back and forth. I wonder why. It's very strange. And what did I eat today? Well, in the morning, I tried this new concoction that my sister inspired me to do as a mere suggestion the other day. That was to add 1 egg, half and half, cinnamon, and vanilla extract in a bowl, mix it all together, and then get the keto bread, dip it in, fry it in butter, and then lather the keto-friendly jelly on top. And then cook the other bread and then put some sunflower butter on that side too. And then put them on top and then top it off with some keto jelly. And that's what I had for breakfast with a cup of coffee. I have to say, this was a really, really good meal. I was honestly surprised how much I liked it. Like, it was perfectly sweet. It was sweetened with allulose, not sugar. And it just was very tasty, flavorful. I loved the vanilla extract, the cinnamon, the egg texture from the French toast. It was like perfectly crisp and full of flavor, very buttery flavor. And I really liked it. Huge thumbs up. Well, after eating that, the next thing I ate was a sunflower butter and keto jelly sandwich before leaving for work. So I made that and I ate it, and it was really good. And then for dinner, my mom heated up the leftovers of the chicken vegetable soup with the garlic and the ginger, and I had that with a grilled cheese sandwich with the keto bread. And then, as dessert, my mom decided to take a sunflower butter and keto jelly sandwich, fry it in butter on the pan, and then slice it in half. And we both got our halves. And that was really good too. I really enjoyed that. And then, when I returned home, I it was pretty scant. I know it was also late at the time. I decided to eat a delicious little slice of beef with some pepper jack cheese and some mustard on it, and that was really good. And I also had a sparkling water, blackberry flavored, really good. And I had my vitamins, and that's pretty much what I ate today. All right, well, any exercise? I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but only just some walking and mild jogging at work. And that does it for the diet update. Let's shoot on over to the daily update. So, I woke up this morning, and when I got up, I remember I decided it would be a good idea to turn on the TV in my room and watch something on there. What I watched, I'm trying to remember exactly. It was on YouTube. But I'm just blanking out right now. Oh yeah, it was an interview with Zach Heedle, the co-creator of the TV show on Adult Swim called The Smiling Friends, talking about how they almost got Dan Aykroyd in an episode of the show. And it was like going deep into his opinions on Dan Aykroyd and his career. It was pretty funny and interesting. Afterwards, it made me want to watch episodes of The Smiling Friends that I have not yet. I've seen every episode in season 1, but I hadn't seen any brand new episodes for season 3. And I knew there was a new episode that just released, like, I think today. So I tuned in to find it, and I watched it. This one was like about schmanoodles, and they are like a wacky and colorful lot, and their schmanoodling machine is no longer working, so they need the Smiling Friends to help them out. And then it kind of just spirals into a crazy wizard who steals Moogles to drink their rub their blood on his head because he read in a forum post on his magic orb. So it gets pretty ridiculous, as you could tell. But then later, Charlie, the big yellow guy, decides to teach all the Schmanoogles to start waking up and fighting for their protection and no longer succumbing to the whims of the evil wizard. So, and the evil wizard took Pym, and Pym's trying to get to the bottom of why the wizard's doing what he's doing. So it was pretty much that was the plot, and the episode was very silly, very goofy, and I think my favorite part in that episode overall was the part where the Schmanoogles are training to be soldiers to fight against the evil wizard. And I don't know what they did, but whoever animated that scene decided to rotoscope like a bunch of muscular men and then put their Schmanoogles heads on top of the muscular men as they were training. And just seeing that shot was so funny that it made me like audibly laugh and go, whoever came up with that idea deserves a raise, because it was so funny. So yeah, I watched that. It's a pretty good episode. I thought it was hilarious how the wizard's doing it all because he's getting male pattern baldness and he's trying to prevent his hair from falling out. It's pretty hilarious. And afterwards, I was getting hungry, So I made my um, French toast with jelly, keto jelly, and sun butter. And I ate that while watching the first episode of season 2. Because currently I've seen all of season 1, I've seen all of season 2, but I have not seen a single episode of season 3 until today. So I decided to watch the first episode, and this one's pretty funny. It's like about the smiling friends, Charlie and Pim, notice that there is a old video game character from the 90s who is washed up and no longer getting any new games. And they're trying to get him back in the spotlight again. So it was basically like a mild commentary about the video game industry and the predatory practices and the lack of like interests in colorful and fun platformers, and more of an interest in microtransactions and edgy realistic experiences, or shooters. So yeah, overall I would say this one was pretty funny. I liked how they animated the video game character. I just thought like the way he moved, and how he looked like a really pixelated like character with his polygons all hanging out and stuff was a pretty funny visual gag and visual effect that I greatly enjoyed, and I would totally enjoy watching again. I thought it was a really funny and well done episode overall. Now, after watching that episode and eating, I decided to have a chat with my sister about what I was watching. And then I told her, oh, and by the way, I was looking at my phone, seeing anything new released on YouTube, and there is a new Strong Bad email 210. Like, and I don't think they've posted a new Strong Bad email in like, I don't know, 15 years or something. Want to watch it? And so she was like, we'll watch it in like a half hour. I was like, all right. So I spent that time going on my phone and then trying to continue work on that AI animated little project that I was like working on out of sheer curiosity. I was able to finally get rid of all of the watermarks, and I was able to basically just try to make it as visually cohesive as I could with it. Yeah, so it's coming along. But funny thing, I was actually trying to find something to listen to while I was working on the video, because most of the time you're just describing what you want and then you're waiting forever for the image to generate to use in the next shot. So I found this YouTube channel of a guy saying how to do anything without AI. I was like, oh, this sounds interesting. And it was basically like a guy who did like a little Blender CG animation where he was talking about how he finds that failure is the best lesson if you're willing to learn from it. And then he believes that AI was invented to prevent people from ever having to face failure, which is not good because you need failure in order to understand that you're doing something wrong, so you know what to do next time to succeed, and it makes life more satisfying, fun, and interesting. And I thought that, yeah, that's a really good lesson. And as I'm working on my little AI animated little project that I've been chipping away at for like about a week and a half now for some reason, but yeah, it was nice words of encouragement that when I'm done with this dumb project to just do my own stuff instead of using AI. I mean, the only reason I'm doing this whole thing to begin with was because it was just out of sheer curiosity to see if I could make a semi-cohesive story using this software. So, yeah, that's my reason. 1 second. Alright. Anyways, after I was done working on that for a little while, my sister said she was ready, so we watched the new Homestar Runner episode, or I guess Strong Bad Email 210. This one was pretty funny. It was basically about like Strong Bad like realizing that like they're robots, and they want to take over the world. So he wants his buddy the Cheat to go spy on the robots to see what master plans they're cooking up to take over all of civilization. And ultimately, apparently, it's like basically like the robots like talking about different sauces that they like, their favorite sauces, which I think that's kind of funny, I guess. Um, um, and yeah, that was pretty much the episode. 15 years for that. Worth the wait. Oh yeah. It was nice to watch again. It really brought me back, made me feel like a kid again. Alright, well, after watching that, I realized I needed to get ready for work, so I got dressed. I was still pretty hungry, so I made a little sandwich. The sun butter and keto jelly sandwich. I ate that, and my mom arrived. She wanted help with getting a beam out of the car. My sister jumped at the chance to help her. I needed to leave for work because it was my time to go, so I said goodbye to them and I drove to work. And at work, yeah, it was a good day. I remember the first 3 hours was spent in the front end, just bagging. And it was chaotic today. It was super busy. And obviously, that has to do with the fact that Thanksgiving is coming up. So, people are getting their holiday shopping done. And a lot for my 4th hour was absolutely bananas. I needed to constantly like go bring carts in, go back, grab them, bring them in, and it seemed like no matter how many times I went back to shorten the amount of carts in the lot, it felt like it just grew even bigger than when I returned. To the point where when I did come back, I told the CSR that I wasn't able to completely clear a lot. Should I clear a lot before I punch out for lunch? And they said, please. So I did my best, and I was able to do a good job clearing a lot well enough for the last like 10 minutes before saying goodbye and then punching out for lunch. Oh, I almost forgot, for my break, I did refill my water canteen and I attempted to do some meditation, but to no avail because I didn't have a whole lot of time. Well, anyways, I drove home, and when I arrived home, I thought I was going to be making like a beef sandwich, but my mom decided to make a stew for me and her, reheated the old stew from like 2 days ago, and we had a cheese sandwich with the peanut butter and jelly that we split. And I got my mom an A&W. I got a apple cider flavored sparkling water, 0 sugar, and we drank that. The A&W for her was 0 sugar too. And yeah, we just enjoyed each other's company. It was pretty awesome. Well, anyways, before I left for work, I was hanging out with our cat Avery. I was petting him and giving him my moral support to keep him positive and, never stop quitting. Oh yeah, keep on going. Push it to the limit. Well, anyways, afterwards, I drove back to work, said goodbye to my mom and my sister. And when I got back, I decided it would, to check the schedule. And it turns out that I didn't have any sweeps today. I did have a lot for the 2nd hour and the 4th hour, 4th and final. So, I just mainly stayed in the front end, bagged. Then I did a lot for the 2nd hour. Then I stayed in the front end, bagged again. And then for the last hour, I cleared lot. One of my coworkers brought 10 carts in, but we're supposed to bring 16 carts in. So I brought 6 additional carts on top of the 10 in the store. And I refilled the cleaners, and we already had plenty of paper towels. I didn't need to worry about that. I wiped down check stands 5, 3, and 4. And I closed the produce blinds. Yeah, that's pretty much what I did. It was a good day. Good customers, good coworkers. Not much to say other than that. Say goodnight to my boss. One of my co-bosses. And then I drove to home. Oh, on my drive from lunch to work and on my drive from work to home, I was listening to a podcast called Sardonicast, where 3 film critics talk about movies that they've seen recently, and they were talking about the latest Frankenstein, which was pretty interesting to hear their opinions about, because I recently watched it. I thought it was a really good movie. Apparently 2 of the critics thought it was boring, and one thought the art direction was fascinating and really inspiring. So, there you go. Well, after I got home, I was petting our cat Avery. I was greeted by my mom. She was watching a documentary on the Kennedys, and then I got the remote when she was done, and I was watching a Disney Imagineer video where Disney made a little promotional video about their robotics and technology and how far it's advanced. And after I was done watching that, I decided to... And I was petting our cat Avery. I decided to make cookies, cookie batter for tomorrow to cook them in the oven. And I got the ingredients. I precisely measured everything out. I mixed it all together. And I painstakingly formed them into 2 tablespoon sized 37-gram balls, or 38 gram actually, for the next hour. And yeah, it was pretty crazy. My sister eventually arrived, and we greeted each other, and she was chilling with the cats were chilling with her. It was super cute. And then I realized I needed to take out the trash, so I took the trash out, brought it into the front, took my vitamins, gave Avery the cat some turmeric in hopes that would help him feel better, and then I said goodnight to my sister, and now I am recording this video. So that's pretty much it. Overall, it was a pretty decent day, except for staying up super late. That's probably not a good thing. Well, anyways, I'm gonna go to bed now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.